One down and many more to go. Will Democrats be able to sink any additional Trump cabinet picks as the president-elect rounds out his revenge team of MAGA nominees? Welcome to the No Spin Zone. Graphs Grievances starts right now. President-elect Donald Trump has now filled out his core cabinet positions as well as several other top spots in his incoming administration. Article 2 of the U.S. Constitution requires the Senate to vet and ultimately confirm each of the president's nominees for his or her cabinet. In the modern era, this has meant that a majority of the full Senate is needed to approve a nomination. So with Republicans holding a 53 to 47 seat majority in the new Congress, Republicans can afford to lose only 3 of their own members and still confirms Trump's nominations. J.D. Vance, as incoming vice president, will cast any tie-breaking votes. Understanding these dynamics highlights just how unqualified a Trump nominee must be to not even make it to a vote in the Republican-controlled Senate. Yet that is precisely what happened late last week when former Republican congressman and alleged pedophile Matt Gaetz withdrew from consideration as Trump's attorney general. Trump reportedly breaking the news to Gaetz, telling him that he did not have the votes in the Republican-controlled Senate to win confirmation. And while it is heartening to know that at least 3 Senate Republicans did not think the Justice Department should be led by a man being investigated for paying for sex with underage girls and illicit drug use, make no mistake, it is because of Democrats and the free press that Gaetz' nomination was torpedoed. Without Democratic lawmakers on both sides of the Capitol loudly protesting Gaetz' nomination and highlighting the excellent reporting on his allegedly horrific behavior, I think he might have been leading the Justice Department next year. Which is why, as I have said before, Democrats remaining engaged is so important. They are not going to stop all or perhaps even most of Trump's worst actions, but they can make a real difference, such as ensuring that an alleged sexual predator is not leading the most powerful law enforcement operation in the entire world. Which brings us to where Democrats should focus their attention next. And it is important for Democrats to make a distinction between Trump cabinet picks they disagree with on policy, Trump cabinet picks who are unqualified, and Trump cabinet picks who are alleged criminals. Yes, sadly, this is where we are, but I urge Democrats to unite and target their energy on just 1 or 2 more of Trump's picks. Attacking everyone Trump has chosen for his cabinet will not work, and likely result in all of Trump's nominees getting confirmed as Republicans rally to their collective defense. And yes, it is legitimately hard to determine who is the worst of the worst, but I think Democrats should next singularly target Trump's nominee for Defense Secretary, Pete Hegseth. The weekend Fox News TV host is not only unqualified to lead the more than 3 million person Department of Defense, but allegedly sexually assaulted a woman back in 2017. According to a newly released police report, the alleged victim said she remembered Hegseth blocking the door as she tried to leave his hotel room. She says Hegseth took her phone away, and she recalled saying, quote, "No," a lot. Next, she told police she remembered Hegseth over her with his dog tags hovering over her face before Hegseth ejaculated onto her stomach. She later told a hospital nurse that she, quote, could not remember whether or not any sexual penetration occurred, but believed she was sexually assaulted. Hegseth told police that the encounter was consensual and later entered into a settlement agreement with his accuser that included an undisclosed monetary payment and a confidentiality clause. That's why you probably haven't heard from the woman. Yet this is the guy Trump wants to lead our military, which has a big ongoing problem with sexual assault. According to Brown University, there were an estimated 74,000 sexual assault cases in the military last year alone. How do you think Hegseth would handle that? But in addition to Hegseth's alleged criminality, he has defended numerous American soldiers accused of war crimes. And he has repeatedly stated that women should not serve in military combat roles.
I'm straight up just saying we should not have women in combat roles. It hasn't made us more effective, hasn't made us more lethal, has made fighting more complicated.
What's your response? Well, he's wrong because the women have made us more effective. In fact, our military could not go to war without its 223,000 women who serve in uniform. We would have an ineffective military that was not capable of deployment if we were to pull out all the women and say you cannot be in combat. For those women who are in roles such as the infantry or Navy SEALs, those women have met the same standards as the men in order to be assigned to those positions. So again, this shows that Mr. Hegseth is not qualified for the position because he doesn't understand, apparently, even after having served, that women are actually vitally important to an effective military. And with the recruiting challenges we're having right now, if we were to pull all those women out and say you can't go into combat, we would face a severe personnel crisis in the military.
That was military veteran, Democratic Senator Tammy Duckworth of Illinois, who lost both of her legs while serving in Iraq, rebuking Hegseth's antiquated view and raising the alarm on his nomination. So with Gates now defeated, Democrats should aim all of their fire at Hegseth. He is not only wrong on policy and not qualified for the role as defense secretary, but he has faced an extremely concerning sexual assault allegation. And I get there are other terrible, terrible people Trump has nominated to his cabinet, including attention-seeking conspiracy theorist Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to lead the Department of Health and Human Services, and alleged Russian asset and Assad sympathizer Tulsi Gabbard to be the director of national intelligence. But Democrats will not stop all of these people. They need to focus, shaming at least 3 Republican senators into voting against the worst of Trump's picks, Pete Hegseth. And I think this will be the lesson for Trump's second term. Democrats can't call every Trump move a 9-alarm fire. If everything is a crisis, nothing is a crisis. Democrats need to pick and choose their battles wisely if they hope to have maximum impact and stop Trump's most destructive actions. Thank you for watching Graph's Grievances. Let me know what you think. Please like, subscribe, share, and join me tomorrow for more.